Hey, beautiful people, welcome to my channel, The Fog Philosopher, where we talk peace of mind, mental health, and being your best self.
Hi, my beautiful people, welcome to another episode, and today we'll be talking about don't catch feelings. Thank you for joining me on another episode. If you like something, if you learn something, if I just entertain you, can you like, share, subscribe, and comment? Be much appreciated. And as always, let's get right into it. So don't catch feelings. It's a common saying, to catch feelings. And it actually has a scientific background, which we'll be talking about today. And we'll just explore the ways of how you can actually experience emotions without catching feelings. So experiencing emotions is being in the moment, feeling whichever emotion has gone through you at that moment, then letting it go. Catching feelings is dwelling on that emotion, breathing on it, letting it grow to the point where it consumes you. You cannot even do the normal day-to-day things. So a lot of science today, but just some explanations and expounding on what emotions are and feelings so that we can be able to better process them in our day-to-day operations. So emotions are universal, unconscious, psychological and biological responses to external or internal events characterized by physical changes like the heart rate and facial expressions. So in the moment someone makes you angry, they step on your toe, that pain resonates as anger or irritation, and in that moment you feel anger or irritation. And feelings are conscious, subjective experiences and interpretations of these emotions involving personal thoughts, memories, and beliefs. So feelings is a whole different arena. Someone has stepped on you, you've gotten very angry, very irritated, but now this someone might have also done something in the past. It's someone you don't like. You have maybe negative emotions already attached to this person. So that anger now blows up, you shout at the person, you might even get violent depending on how you handle anger. So catching feelings is getting angry because someone has stepped on you and then resulting in either insulting, fighting, hitting them, or just an outrageous reaction. So the reaction itself is the feeling because it's tied to memories, belief. It is conscious. It is something that you know you're doing. It is not automatic. So emotions are raw data, basically a reaction to present reality. So what is actually real in this case, is I can use that term, is the emotion. It is genuine. It is actually something that is happening because of something else, an external event or even an internal event that is causing that emotion to be produced. So that emotion is being produced to either warn you of something or notify you of something, but the feeling is diluted. It can be diluted by your memories, by your perception, by stories, by beliefs, by all that. So an emotion is generated so that you can act in a certain way or stop acting in a certain way. Feelings are what we interpret that emotion as. So the body might generate the emotion of anger so that you deal with maybe someone who's interrupting or disrespecting your boundaries. But us as humans decide, okay, this is now feeling resentful, feeling bitter, feeling completely disgusted by this person. So the feelings are our own interpretations of what the body is trying to communicate. So the better you are at interpreting your emotions, the better you are at not catching feelings. You will be able to deal with that emotion appropriately, let it go in a timely manner, and move on to other things. So you avoid catching feelings, you avoid being known as that person who's always angry, being known as that person who's always resentful, or even being known as that person who's too joyful, too excited, always happy. The opposite is also true. There are people who are way too happy all the time, always joking. It is also an imbalance. It is also catching feelings when you're on the opposite spectrum. So emotion, response, and feelings are attached. So we'll just give a few examples. Emotions are short term. You do not feel anger forever. When something happens and your body produces the emotion of anger, it's supposed to be short term, just in that moment for you to deal with the situation. But the response should be situation based. So you should respond to the feeling of happiness, excitement, anger, worry to that situation. So if you're given good news, get excited because of that situation within that time and then let it go. So the moment you attach a feeling to that emotion, it becomes gradual and lasting. So for example, if you get specific good news today, you get excited about it, but 3 weeks later you're still talking about it. Oh, take me back. Wait. So 3 weeks later, if you're still holding on to that emotion, you're denying yourself learning whatever new emotions need to be released, need to be made aware of. So holding on to a past emotion denies you so many other things that you need to experience, learn, grow, and evolve from. For example, if you're happy after a compliment, 3 weeks later, 4 weeks later, you're still blushing, you're still on top of the moon because of that one compliment. You even decide to label this person as being in love with you because of that one compliment. So learn to let go of emotions, whether good or bad, in the moment. Feel it, appreciate it, or if it's negative, feel it, deal with it, then let it go. Do not let emotions carry you throughout the day, the month. Things that happen should be dealt with as soon as possible. Just like a stain, when you get a stain on your clothes, on your item, the faster you rub it off, the faster you're able to deal with it. But if you let it sit there, if you let it settle, the harder it will become to remove it, no matter how much you want to soak the item or wash it. So the faster you deal with anything, good or bad, the faster you're able to let go and go back to a balanced state. So ideally, we should be in a neutral, balanced state. For me, personally, in my opinion, it is the best state to be in, where you're not too excited, you're not too sad, you're not too anything. You're chilled, you're okay, you're going with the flow. So that should be the ideal state that we aim for. But given life and its circumstances, it will always be a pendulum. One time you're thrown this side, the other time you're thrown this side. But your task, or our task as humans, is to always go back to balance, and as soon as possible. So basically, we have the emotion as the first point, then we have the feeling. Once you catch that feeling, it turns into a mood, and then once it turns into a mood, it turns into a trait. So you feel anger, then you experience the emotion of anger, then you decide to now feel it. You decide you're holding on to that anger and you're gonna feel it for as long as is necessary, either until you get your revenge or this person apologizes, you've already caught feelings. Then it turns into your mood, because now you've decided to catch this feeling of anger. You now become angry all the time. You're angry when this person is around you. The next thing, people are always calling you, oh, that person who's always in a bad mood, they're always irritated. You become the angry person. And of course, the opposite is true. It might just start with one compliment or one joke, and then you hold on to that feeling of excitement, laughter, that becomes your mood. You're always laughing, always excited. You become that person who is always the life of the party, the jokester, which in itself can be a negative thing. We always want people to be happy, in a good mood, but it is not sustainable. If I can say that, it is not sustainable. You should not always be the person who's always happy, always excited. Life is ups and downs, but as I've said, if you can maintain balance, that is the ideal situation to be in. You also don't want to be the person who's always happy, always excited, to the point people don't feel anything, disrespecting your boundaries, crossing your lines. They never really take you seriously because you're always happy, always laughing. So you need to feel the emotion, deal with it, deal with the reason why it has been brought up to your attention, because the body is trying to tell you something. So that is where we all need to start. The moment you feel a certain emotion, jealousy, anger, worry, excitement, happiness, that is where you need to sit down, find out, where did this emotion come from? What is it trying to tell me? The moment you understand where the emotion came from, deal with that situation. If it's happiness, express it. If it's anger, express it. Obviously, find healthy ways. Find healthy ways to express your emotions. And the sooner you express them, the sooner you let them go, the sooner you're able to go back to a balanced state and focus on other things. So that is just a brief lecture on emotions and how to not catch feelings. So you don't always have to be the love-sick partner. You don't always have to be the caring friend. You don't always have to be the available colleague, employee. You can choose your emotions. You can choose your character traits. You can deal with your emotions in the moment so that you're just the balanced human being, executing the needed emotion and in the right amount at the right time. So thank you guys for watching another episode. See you on the next one. If you like something, if you learned something, if I just entertain you, kindly like, share, subscribe, comment. Bye bye.